When you're working with dancers, I mean, it's that split second. Are you looking for the movement, the emotion, or kind of that moment in between?
It varies. Sometimes it's the line, and I always push to get an additional line to what would be conventional. Like for example, in ballet, the port de bras, the arms would be very placed. I said, well, forget that. Just in one of the tricks I give dancers is pretend like you're dancing without a forearm. So instead of pushing to your wrist, which will be port de bras, push to your elbow instead. So that's going to accentuate elongate the line a little bit more. There's I have little tricks I developed through the years.
Yeah.
But each time it varies, it depends.
What's it like to build trust? Because you're asking a dancer, or really anybody, any subject, to be vulnerable in that moment.
Yep.
What's it like to build that trust with your subject?
We typically do that before we even start dancing.
Okay.
Have conversations. And I think I shared with you my biggest gift was the fact that I'm being intuitive. So I feel I do everything off energy. I already know the energy. So we typically have a very personal conversation before we even start. And that goes for everybody on set. Even if it's just a portrait headshot or doing a commercial job even. So with the talent, the connection goes beyond here. It goes here first, then it translates here. And that trust goes from having known you. I know what you're made of. And we have a conversation that's personal, and I let them know that I see them. But that's why I love the movie Avatar. Not promoting anybody, but that those 3 words in Avatar, I see you, and that's how it works. And that actually happens to a lot more people than we know, but people are not aware of it. They don't connect with that notion that they see somebody and they go, oh. But they don't investigate what that is. They don't go further on explore what that feeling they had, that connection now with the person. And so mine goes a lot quicker, and the trust is established in minutes.
You think that's part of the reason why you've been able to have such a great, strong career in Las Vegas for so long? And this is a pretty competitive market.
It is. That's a big part of it, for sure.
Yeah.
And also, I try to keep everything straight. I don't try to weave around people and stuff. So, just having good relationships with people, even if it's the moment. And I make it a point to have a great relationship in the moment with anybody. So if the person bagging your groceries, have a conversation. How's your day going? And mean it. Not how's your day, bye. And the person says, oh, I have cancer, I'm dying. Oh yeah, hey, have a good day. No, really, if the person says that, I will stop and we'll connect and we'll talk about what that is, what they're going through. And anytime you establish a relationship with a person or a group of people, that is longer lasting than I just met you once and that's it.
It's about being present.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And go deep and stay present absolutely in that moment and actually be in that moment and really see each other. And we don't know when the next time we see each other, if ever.
If ever, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, and I always hug, right? And so in that, talk about moment of present, I went to hug this lady once, and she goes, "Not sorry, personal space." I was like, okay, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" She goes, "Sure." I said, "What if this was the very last hug you were to ever receive? Would you take it?" She goes, "I never looked at it that way." I said, "I never turned down a hug. What's the harm?"
Just an aside here, I told my boyfriend I've been dating about 6-7 months, that he's really helped soften me. That for me to take the time with the cashier, "Hey Jamie, how's your day going?" Whereas normally I'm just like, I'm already thinking about the next thing and not living in this moment.
Yes.
And I said, "You've really helped soften me." And he said that was the nicest thing anyone's ever said to him, that you bring out the softness in me.
That's fantastic.
So, and I'm sure you have that impact on people no matter, where you be.
Yeah, that's the beauty. Well, and I remember in a class, I was teaching a class, and they said, "Yeah, we heard or seen," I can't remember exactly how the question was formulated, but that you have this trick about getting people in. It's not a trick. It's a lifestyle. That's not a trick. The byproduct is people's shoulders go down. Most people live like this.
Yeah.
Shoulders down. Same thing. Most people, when you first meet them, they're like this. I live like this. Then, if you earn it, then you get this. But the average person does not do this. So I always encourage people to live like this. Bring them in, be open. We're supposed to be all in this together.
Yeah.
So I tend to remind people we're in this together. So when one said, we're definitely in it together.
I noticed that right away when I met your daughter. She's a hugger. I mean,
Yeah.
she gets that from
Yeah.
you, obviously.
Yeah.
How did you go about, how many years have you been in Las Vegas now?
This is my 37th year.
How did you go about building your network and your reputation? I mean, 37 years ago.
Being consistent, I think, is what it is. And honestly, because I didn't have a plan, I wing it. I never wrote a business plan in my life. I learned photography by doing it. I'm self-taught, so it's like, you see, if you go to school and you come in and you have a structure, you know, okay, you're gonna build a business, budget this, get a loan, or whatever it is. You just went with, a big part is intuition.
Yeah.
You know, I think a big part is my inner voice. I follow wherever it says go. It's like, okay, I don't see the edge. I'm not sure where we're gonna land, but my inner voice always guides me to places that seem like it might be dangerous. But there's always, when I get there, it's like, oh, that's why. And so I follow that, and little by little, a lot of good opportunities, seizing them. And that doesn't mean the road was easy or perfect in any way, shape, or form, but it's how you recover from those moments when you tumble and you made a mistake. So, okay, what did I learn from that? Oh man, why did I do that? Oh, and fix it. So I think if you keep it, the more you fix what you may have messed the first time around, the better your record at the end.
Yeah.
Because you try to clean the messes up as you go.
And
I
learn
think
from those lessons.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
You have to.
You know,
And own it, you know?
That's the part that's
hard.
difficult. And for that, you have to, as much as possible, chisel off ego. Get rid of ego more and more and more. It's called ego, the lead to your soul, weighs you down and makes it heavier. It's a lot tougher to move forward, a lot tougher to elevate. And love is your helium. Just makes everything so much nicer and easier. You know?
Lead to your soul. I like that.
Yeah, ego's the lead, love is the helium.
Yeah.
And the more love you put in there, and the more you let go of ego, the better off you're gonna be.
So your background, born in Europe, Haitian roots, actually grew up in Canada.
Grew up in Canada.
Canada,
So
yeah.
I'm first generation Haitian.
Yes.
First generation Haitian, born in the States.
In the States.
Yes.
And then growing up in Canada. So I'm looking at like 3 cultural identities sort of shaping one person,
Yes.
you know? When did you first understand that what it meant to be a black man, though, in North America?
Oh, I learned that in Canada. But so funny thing. So grew up in Haiti. Because I was born in New York, American citizen. So my first years in Haiti, family would let me know I'm American. The only Americans I would see around me were white. So I said, I'm white American. I didn't make a distinction. There was not a matter of color, it was a matter of identity. I'm American, therefore I'm white. When I reunited with my parents in New York, I was in my dad's car, we're driving across this bridge, and the song was playing, and the song was so great. And I said, when I grow up, I want to be a white singer. My dad gave me a look. He said, don't you ever say something like that again. I didn't understand it, but I understood it. There's something serious here. That was my first thing. And in New York, I got to understand being American is all kinds of shapes and colors. In Montreal, my blackness became glaring because I was the only black kid in school. And my sister and I were the only black kids in the entire school. And then we ended up going to separate schools. And that's why, I don't know if it was fully racism, but kids pick on you because you have freckles. They pick on you for different things, but I was way different. So they would spit on my face, say, go wash yourself, you're dirty. Chocolate face, shove me in the snow. Yay, Montreal winters, right? And you rub my face in the snow and say, we're gonna make you white. I didn't receive it, one, as racism. I didn't know what racism was. And then my dad has more the Martin Luther King approach to things. Peaceful resistance, don't fight. I've never been in a fight in my life, honestly. And I remember when I came home, I said, they keep calling me chocolate face. And I was all down. He goes, do you call them vanilla face? I went, so next time I went to school, recess, they're running around me, ring around the rosy style. Chocolate face, chocolate face. I went, vanilla face, vanilla face, vanilla face, vanilla face. And they went, And so that is, I didn't learn racism then, but I learned the power of your word.
Yeah.
That I could stop things or modify things with using words. I didn't need my fist. So I've used my words my entire life. Not always appropriately, but I talked myself out of a lot of situations, including some very, very sketchy ones.
So it served you well to use power of the word versus power of the fist.
Peaceful, yeah. There could be a lot of power in peace. People confuse sometimes you're peaceful and that ain't nothing. I'm saying, okay, keep pushing, you'll find out. But no one's ever pushed me to the extent. Some friends when I was living in Paris, they told me, I wouldn't mess with you because when I get upset, I don't raise my voice. My voice goes down deep right here. And I said, you better leave now. And they told me my face goes back like this and I go a shade lighter. Internally, I feel cold and my arms turn into steel. I'm like, please leave. Please just. And it's never gone to the part where, okay.
Yeah.
So it's using words has always been my best tool. I was almost said weapon, but it's not a weapon, it's a good tool.
You modeled, you lived abroad a lot, kind of moving between these different countries. How did that change your experience when it came to race, like living in Paris and in other cities as a
Well,
young man?
I don't know if it changed experience so much so that I compare it to martial arts or boxing or any event where you're confronted with people. The more fights you get into, the more training, more sparring, the more you learn different styles. This person comes as a softball, so you have to change your guard. You have to figure how to counter this situation. And each situation is different, but you find the similarities. In the reasons why they could be racist in one place may not be the same as the other. Sometimes the class issue. They assume that because you're black, you belong in the lower class, for example. So they treat you more lower class than, disposed. Some of the people say you're no more than an animal. So depending on who you encounter, you learn to deal with different places. Like in France, I remember when I went to Paris, some people I had met in Tokyo said, oh, you guys would do so well in Paris with the girl I was dating at the time. You guys would do so well in Paris, they're not racist. Said a white person. So they would know, but they'll go, what? What are you talking about? And the way I came to define racism's a sniper. It's got a specific target. Now you could be standing right next to me, arm in arm, and really caring. When you look down on your chest, you don't see the little dancing red dots. I'm the target. You could have the empathy if I drop to try to help me up, but you were never the target. So unless you get yourself in my line of sight and get in front of me to protect me, whatever, you'll see, and that's what happened to a lot of civil rights workers in the 50s and 60s. If you're a white person that aligned with blacks at the time, you were just as good as using the N-word, and you could die just the same. because you became a target because you affiliated with those people or those unwanted, right? And so the people around you may not see it. You feel it and you know it, and each time at the end is how do you manage it? How do you deal with it? How do you receive it? How much of it you carry within you? You could carry racism with you every day you go and walk around like this, angry.
Bracing yourself for what's going to...
Absolutely. Yeah. Either paranoid or angry because, why you hate me? I should be, well, just that attitude make people not want to like you. Right there, because you're aggressive and it confirms what they may have already figured you were. Right. But if you reverse it, if one racist goes home and say, you know what, I don't like those people, but I met this one guy, that's a good start, you know. So a lot of it is how your choices, how you respond, is what it boils down to. And that holds true for just about anything in life. But as we speak on race, the people will see you as they choose to see you. You can control that. And so you may think you're cute all you want. If no one sees you as cute, there you are, you know? And so your value is, you don't yell your value, you show it. So I come from an amazing family, start with that, right? So we learned to be peaceful people. Even in activism, don't start with violence. If you meet violence, resist violence with as much inner strength as you can. Throwing fists or using weapons is extremely, that's in case of emergency, break the glass and all that. So we're very opinionated. My parents made sure we were very educated. And education doesn't mean you have 20 degrees. It means that you have the right information about the world around you. You know something about geography, something about history, so you're well-read, you're well-rounded. So the intellect was critical in our home. And that in itself will dictate what you do next, right? My parents were not only resilient, they were the pioneers of the family. They're the ones that left Haiti. My dad left Haiti first, and my mom came later. But he built the bridge for the entire family, so everybody were all between, essentially in Montreal, a couple of people in New York, but we all left thanks to my parents. And my dad had a crazy education, was a master of, you know, he's in his school history from not even having electricity at home. Lost his family early. He was in charge of his siblings, would study at 4 in the morning at the gas station where there was light with notes that he had copied from people's book. He couldn't afford books, so he copied pages by hand and graduated with honors. My mom didn't have a high school degree when we were growing up. She completed her high school diploma and went on to college, and she got about 5, 6 degrees in university and the whole thing. Wow. So again, it was all about resilience, pushing forward, and to stay educated. Because someone cannot break a powerful mind. And so as you were saying, how did I sustain 37 years? A big part of that is a resilient mind. Not giving up, and with not giving up, but also knowing, because again, intuition, things will work out. Yeah. And I would venture to say 99% of the people have it. Not everybody's as fortunate, there's no question. But not everybody's connected to that knowledge that everything is gonna be okay. And it may not turn out the way you anticipated it, but it's fine. At the end, something good happens. We're still standing, that's the bottom line. You know?
Last question. So do you think your photography has become sort of another form of using your voice, your expression? Sometimes, because when it's personal work, occasionally, the bulk of my work being commercial, you know, I shoot billboards and magazines, celebrities and all that. So those are dictated by someone else's vision. And my job is to translate that into something.
So if an art director comes to me and says, gives me an illustration, and this day with AI and all that, they could literally show you the ad they want, but now we're going to position the talent that we choose in the space that we have here and bring this to life. So my job is to take something that's flat, an image, a reference photo, bring it to life in 4D, meaning not only 3D, but the energy that goes into it, and whatever that is. It could be something, headache medicine, where you have to inject into people to show the pain when you have to see exactly where the pain is and all that. So direct people into that scene. And then for it to go back on a page that should be flat, but you put enough energy in it that it jumps out. So as people flip the page, they go, huh, that picture grabs them, right? So that's where you inject your personality and your personal energy in it. But my personal work, as you see, my favorite work is working with dancers. And that's a lot of expression, because dancers say a lot with their bodies. If you see a modern, contemporary piece, you could stay there and watch something barely do anything and you're weeping. Because they told you an entire story with just a couple of 3 moves. I think it says a lot about where I came from. One, that I'm still standing. You know, I learned resilience again from an amazing family. I should say families first, then a great community. Because I'm gonna give you one of those pictures, you're gonna see a portion of some friends, but essentially my family. We get together when I go there during the summer in July, and it's nice out in Montreal. We rent an area in a park, easily 7,500 people. Oh yeah. So, and I think one person in the family had issues with the law at one point. One. No, really. So we come from a place where stay straight, do everything clean, and work hard, continue, move forward, and all that.